Yes, here we are. Our mighty wooden Bagua dummy, wooden man. Xena. Oh God.
That's his nose.
Can't you see it's it's definitely a man. Look. You stay off the top of this, Laurel. Okay, this form is really quite rare. And mainly because no one can afford the wooden man. It's obviously quite a large man, and it's large for a reason, because it takes quite a lot of battering. It's not just a wooden man to teach you techniques, Bagua techniques. It teaches you a whole lot, as all the internal martial arts do. They teach you a whole lot more than you're actually learning. For instance, if I strike this hand here, and I won't do it hard because it'll hurt my hand. That hurts because I did it incorrectly. Nothing coming from here. So if I'm doing the form before any of you, by the way, when you start learning this, you can have 4 people around it doing the different things. If you find you're getting sore hands, of course, you will get a little bit niggly for a while until your chi or your energy builds up in your palm, but you could be doing it totally incorrectly. For instance, just hitting it like that is going to hurt your hand because you're not protecting your hand. You're not doing iron shirt in your hand. Now, didn't feel it, you don't feel it, because the energy is coming from here, literally protecting your hand. In other words, you're using your whole body to strike the wooden dummy. And it's a good ruler, because if you start getting really hurt, then you know you're doing it incorrectly. You've got to have a rethink about what you're doing. Maybe you're not advanced enough in your knowledge of Bagua or the internal arts to be doing the wooden dummy in the first place. So the wooden dummy was only ever taught at a very advanced stage to teach you about certain things. It also teaches you about internal power. If you can get this thing, if I just hit it like this, that hurt, and it's just a dull thud. Now, you probably won't hear this on the camera, because it's when you strike it correctly with internal energy, it goes into the wood and you get a sort of a ringing sound, like it's like boom. It's like a frequency. Like a boom. It's like that. Even though it's a solid bit of wood, you still get a frequency going inside of it. So the sound of the thing that the thing makes also tells you how your training's going. And you also build up very, very powerful palms by using this wooden man. And of course, the very basic thing of, if you haven't got a partner with whom to train, you've got a partner with one of these things. The Bagua wooden man form is done the same way that we do the Bagua form itself, the circular form. It's done around a circumference. You do the same things in each quadrant, and you do 8 different things. You're getting all the Bagua stepping, you get the Bagua kicks. This will eventually have, in fact next Tuesday we'll have, traditionally this is built to traditional specifications, by the way. This is actually how big the thing was. This will have rope from there down to there, soft rope, all bound around it. So you've got something that gives you a good, realistic something to strike, but you're also not damaging your hands too much in striking this very hard wood. So it's rope that goes around there, from there to there. We just haven't got it on yet, so I'll just do it without the rope for starters. The first Bagua, so we'll start with the first method. I'll start in this quadrant simply because it's easier to see. Doesn't matter which quadrant you start in. You start out with a typical power stance. When you walk the circle, you do the Bagua walking, but in the fighting method, of course, it's totally different. People teach Bagua methods like this. Well, that's absolutely incorrect. You might do methods like that in the form, but the form is not to teach you about self-defense. This is to teach you about self-defense. So you use totally different stances in Bagua fighting that you do in the Bagua form. So, power stance. You must always stretch your fingers in Bagua. That activates gallbladder 20, which activates the reptilian brain mode. And you're not going to hurt your hands now. There's a thing called the Bagua hammer. There's that ringing sound. It's not like this, or it's not like this. It's like that, and it's like that. And every time you strike an arm or the body, or do a kick, there must be a little pump on your dantian. Like if I exaggerate this, it's it's not quite like that. It's like an internal thing of like as if there's a something inside of you going boom on the outside, from the inside to the outside, like that on the dantian area there. So whenever you strike it, you must then you don't hurt yourself, and you get that ringing sound as well. Stretching the fingers, always stretching the fingers in Bagua. So that's your very first movement. Starting like this, and this hand is starting to come up underneath though, remember. Typical Bagua fashion, so it's using the body though. And then the other one strikes the other side. So the first move is 1, 2, 3. Do you hear the sound? You notice I'm already starting to step in with the left foot, because the next move, it's very hard to stop this because it's so flowing. We'll just get the first section up until the strike onto the face, which is see how the hands are placed? So I'll do it slowly. Now you should get to strike this thing. It's a very rigid object, so you shouldn't be, if you're striking it like this and this happens, then you're obviously doing it incorrectly. It should be all that energy coming back from the wood should be sucked down into the ground through your body. If it's not, you just push yourself away, you see. So you round your back and suck the energy down. Now it's very hard to do this slowly because you're not getting the power for this second strike. Doing it slowly, so at least do the first two, but then you can't really, because then you lose the power for that strike. So the first three really should be done. Just do it incorrectly to start, as just to learn how to do it. But then you must see the power is one waist twist. Da 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 da, it goes. Da 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 da. Always rounding the back, pulling your chin in. Now that's representative of, well, I'll show you what it's representative of, because they all have martial applications, of course. Someone can be doing anything to you, but it's mainly against someone doing that.